Hey, how's it going? I know it's late, it's midnight in the clocks, but I was on another show. Of time. Also, I need to test a few things. I don't think Dead by Daylight was dropping my mouse at all. I think my mouse was dropping on me. It's a me problem. Only way to diagnose it is to play a game for a few hours, because if it's not something I can replicate, then it's not something I can fix. So, what we're doing is, well, first of all, clearing up my desk a little bit. I got way too much stuff up here. I've been fooling around with so many mice and keyboards, you have no fucking idea. And we'll do a medieval playthrough someday. This is just gonna be some fun time. We're gonna see some ray tracing. I'm gonna drop the empty can at him. Down. Hello, little Margaret. Hello, that piece of shit taco. Hello, poo poo boys. Hello, Woodsman. Hello, Astro. Sponge Thomas, Engine Pants. Little Marker. And Zeta. Dan. In my shitty chair. And whatever. Oh yeah, how did I... That can dislodged my fucking... Wow, this is going great. Where's my full screen? I don't even know how that worked. What fucking button was it? Oh, hell. Probably F12, hold on. Screenshot. F11? There we go. Close enough. Whatever. So this is a medieval. It's a shooter. And this is the game in ray tracing and all the shadows and everything. Normally you go this way, but nah. Got this way over here, medium. And if you can't make the jump, if your little baby can't make it, perhaps this is not your destined path. There's even more secret shit here, but you know, I'm man enough to know that hard's too much. Although debatably I'd say hard is easier to get into. Look at this. I don't know. Anyways, there's another one that's secret and shit. We'll just do normal. My job working in Planet Dolan, kinda more than it used to be thanks to the virus. True part. So, if I were to live off... And is this game just loud or is it me? I think it's me. Anyhow, oh. I am not starting off all uncomfortable. I had enough. This is what I'm doing when I'm late. When I'm never, when it's like, damn, how much like a fucking minute late. I'm fucking around with this fucking chair. Throwing away a can or two. Sometimes when I'm lucky, I took a walk or something. Fucking bad. Nah. We're just gonna go right into this. Okay. Only done Lost Falls and RTX. Yeah, there's not really too many RTX games.
Save our lives.
I mean, I guess you got Control and a few others, but they're not like, you know, full-on reflections like you see here. Boy, is that lighting nice. Yeah, Clinton, I'm kind of tired, but I gotta test this computer, man. No time to not test. Better I get it done now anyways. Here comes my friends. Water looks a bit weird, but hey, you know, it's not like every game uses the RTX shit. And nice just to see it in action. get keys. Not today, fuckface. Oh, he's above me. Oh yeah. There we go. That feels good. No hiccups yet. I got shadows and everything on too. I could bump up the quality, I suppose, but well. No. Hello. Hello, Squeaky. Oh no. Man, the game volume is high. Okay. That's on me.
Fuck you.
Yeah, I know. Let's see. There we go. That seems mathematically okay. We sound, and that's better. A little bit better. Okay. Speak. And she don't. You can't give her.
I said
what?
Ooh, then hi.
It sounded like.
It goes away from the microphone by a few inches. Damn.
I'm just fucking with you.
Almost said a bad word.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. It's not me saying it. Fire upon the red ruin above. Done. Undid it. Man, that really is pretty. They've done a good job with this. Got a silver key, need a gold key. Nah, Vinny, it's just a test. Don't worry, it's on normal difficulty. This is just a firing range thing. But that ray tracing sure is some fancy shit. Could have countered that with the blade. Deal is, my computer mouse, been giving me shit and not clicking when it should be. So I fucking reset all the windows, which is a nice feature. You used to have to always just reformat every time. Now you can just reset it. And it appears that resetting Windows is a-okay. So I think my problem's solved. That's a relief. Really shitty to like have a PC and be like, oh, I can't use a mouse on that. Only controller will work. And I tell you it's not serious because I have push button for Ultra Mode, and that's the wrong way to play. But we're doing it here today because it's a little fun. Fuck around time on a medieval. But pretty sure we're done here. Come on, get out of here. I know you want to come down. There we go. Oh, fuck. Booga, booga, booga. Did you see his fucking shit? He booga booged me. Hello, Saucepots. Hello, Kevin Miller. Hello, Clint again. Eric Jennings, Anthony. Hey, I'm still on camera. Good thing I didn't pick my fucking nose. That's the nice thing about mouse and keyboard. you're playing an FPS game, you never have to be worried about scratching your face on camera and looking like you're digging for gold, because you won't be touching your face at all. Oh no. Yeah, get out of there. Oh, he's too tall. Oh no, he's not. He can get through there. Hey. I got both the keys. I'm out of here. No, I'm not. Hold on. Come over here. Any friends? No? Okay. There's more secrets, but let's see the next level. Oh, we're not quite there yet. We're getting there, though. Because then these assholes, they come out and they're like, hey, fuck the bridge, man. That's municipal property. You can't do that. You're a minion. You're breaking your own laws. Why burn down your own castle? That's not how knights go. The red knights are just ridiculous. So this isn't really a medieval game, it's just a first-person shooter, but it's a really good one. It just, it's oddly more conventional than you would think with the wizards and magic and shit. Blue staff is easy on this difficulty. If it were higher, I'd be really sweating for some green mana. But yeah, there's all that shit down there. See. But I don't care for that. I'm at. Wait. Do a circle. No, okay, I'm fine. Now I did a circle. I'm glad I waited for them to like tune up the RTX because this shit is really pretty. Carter, I've loved this game for years, but I waited to play it for, yeah, Anthony, just like Heretic and Hexen. Although maybe like if Hexen and Quake 2 had a baby, something like that. I guess especially now since Quake 2 and Medieval are some of the only RTX games out right now. Or forever, maybe. Hey, thanks for announcing yourself. Almost got blindsided by you. Up I go. And just like that, it took me forever. Well, 923 is not bad. Haven't seen bullets per minute? I have not seen bullets per minute. Hello, Silver Elm. But yeah, Carter, I think this game's fantastic. If you haven't played it, you're kind of robbing yourself out of a really fun and chill experience. You can put on an easier difficulty and kind of wizard your way through. Or if you want to challenge yourself, the game offers as much challenge as you'd want. See, I got the Scholar, the award for reading all messages on walls. So let's say you're a completionist and you're not like a speed guy. Well, you could play it on easy and get everything 100%. Or if you're like, you know, challenge person, crank the difficulty up. And if you don't care for all the collectibles, well, fucking skip them. It's up to you, man. You kind of make the game plays as you wish. Just about every degree now. My night's doing good. I wish this had multiplayer. That's what I wish. But you can't have it all. Oh yeah, not that I'm pimping myself, but I don't know if my super chat shit's working. So if something happens and I miss it, let me know. I gotta sort that out too. Yeah, most people forget Heretic, Anthony. They just remember Hexen. Which, you know, that's just Heretic too. Now we got the opposite problem to where there's Doom, and then there's Doom, and then there's Doom Eternal, and then there's Final Doom, and then there's Doom 2. And after a point, you just gotta wonder, it's like, well, getting hard to keep up with. A little secret over here. That's not even the secret either. Here's the secret. Gonna take me a second though. Secret! Secret! Ah, yeah. No, I did it wrong, I think. Fuck. Up. Hey! There we go. That's right. I just, I forget. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, this is shit. Hey! Got time it right. I know for a fact I can get up here. Yeah, there it is. So, you know, I feel like that was probably unintentionally left in, but you can do that to get up here and skip a lot of the mission, but what you really want to do is get over here. Get yourself a secret explosion thing. A celestial claw. It summons a planet, and sometimes it's Earth. And you know what? We're gonna use it. Come on, follow me, everybody. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna have a good time. Everybody gather up. Come on. Oh, fuck. Come on. Boom. Oh, hi. Health, please. That was awesome. It didn't go as planned. But I'm okay with that. Hey, fuckface. I really have no idea where I'm at. Yeah, I need to push this button. I'm going the right way. Hey! You fucking punk. You want to see Might and Magic or Betrayal at Krondor? Ah, shit, Lulu. You know, I bitch about the Skyrim series, but I really do love fantasy games. It's just, man, they're a tall fucking glass of water. A lot to take in, you know, so you got to choose wisely or else there's going to be a lot of downtime. More of a Diablo guy, but some Baldur's Gate. Burn that down. Fuck! More health for me to get, but that's not as fun. Also, just running straight towards health is a bad idea. That's where all the best traps are placed. I really like this RTX lighting though. Like, it's just legit lighting. That's new. Now, not really new. Ray tracing has been around forever, but it's just nice to see it in motion. Real time. No bullshit. Oh, maybe a little bit of bullshit. Just a smidge of it. Gotta cut corners somewhere, right? Maybe you hit this thing or not. that just makes a really annoying sound. Oh, hey. You like action RPGs more, Anthony? I feel you there. Action RPGs are pretty relaxing in a way. It's like an action game, but if you start to get frustrated, with it, you'd be like, fuck it, level up. Just crush everybody. I wasn't supposed to be here until way later. I could have just skipped right there, though. No issues. Hey, yeah. Oh, no, I'm already full on that. Fine. I like that Quake 1 sound and grenade bounce. It's good stuff. It's the same old formula, though. Excuse me. I'm dead. It's same old formula. Grab a key, go through the labyrinth, all that. Nothing too fancy, but it doesn't need to be when it pulls everything off so good. Thing is, I skipped all that stuff, so I forgot where the gold key goes. Hey, you do that in there. Fuck it, I'm coming down there for you. I got caught on the fucking sconce. I'm gonna jump in the well. Though I feel like the path I need to go should be more obvious than this. I'm going down here anyways. Pretty sure this is one of the first places you go on the map normally, so that may be part of the reason that I don't know where to go. I'm sure gold keys down here, or gold door down here somewhere. I think that's just in reference to the attack. Yeah, the attack on this is crazy. Blah, 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 secret. This isn't progress, though. It's just a secret weapon. Well, earlier access to a weapon. Oh, yeah, you'd fall down here from up there, so this can't be progress. MMO? I don't remember. I remember some things, but it's been a long time. I think some of this should have already been opened or something. Whatever. Good night, Lulu. We'll just take regular route. Not being so fancy about it. Hey, here's Gold Door. That was fun. Now what? I guess just through the big fancy thing. Oh, on a door? That's being a little too hopeful. I don't even know if this is progress. It might just be a fun fight. Ah, here's a button. I think that's the exit. What's going on over here? Yeah, no, we're good. Good night, Anime Cheese. It is late, but so far so good. Everything's working. I'm happy to see that. So, I don't know, how does RTX grab you? Can you even notice, or is it just like, you know, a bunch of colors and shit? Because, you know, if you're watching it 1440p, it ain't gonna like kick in. You know, the reflections are there, the lighting's there, it's the whole thing. Nice. I think it looks great. But then again, it's just kind of surreal. Because we really haven't had too many big upgrades in graphics in a long time, you know, like what? Yeah, the Super Nintendo come out, and, you know, after that, 3D kind of hit, like right when that Star Fox game came out in the mainstream, then PS1 after that. It's like, ooh, kind of shitty 3D, then PS2, it's like kind of alright 3D, PS3, Xbox 360, good 3D. And we've been kind of caught in this good 3D thing for a little bit, with like some exceptions like the Nintendo DS or the Wii with the remote and shit. Like the only motion controller anybody liked. Good enough for all the VR headsets to mimic. Hey, Spartacus is good. And thank you, Kid Frankie. I appreciate you too. Anthony says, Dreamcast is the oldest system I'd consider to have decent 3D, but there's a charm to Saturn, PS1, and N64 3D. Yeah, some games really do work in the old style, Anthony. And Dreamcast did kind of like introduce high poly models. Holy shit, everything works now. Grim with 20 bucks asks, have you considered trying Mortal Shell? I know it's only an Epic for now, and some are biased against the company. Thank you for the big tip, Grim. Shoot, that's 20 bucks that basically buys the game. I'll just get Mortal Shell. I'm interested in it. I like Dark Souls and whatnot, so fuck yeah, we'll fire it up, man. We'll get there. Mortal Shell, huh? All right. Yeah, Grim, let me put it on my list here. Give me a second. We're gonna be taking little breaks between levels, by the way. This is only a test, and so far it's good. because my mouse was dropping inputs and I was pitching during Dead by Daylight and I was blaming the game. And then later on, I'm like, I'm gonna boot up to my medieval and just kind of chill. Then some of my inputs didn't go out and I was like, oh fuck. Well, if a medieval is dropping inputs, then... And it looks like it is my problem. So it looks like I got it fixed too, so it's good. Good news. And also some RTX action. But yeah, Grim. Mortal Shell. It's on the hit list. We'll probably start it up soon because I'm about to finish up the Samurai Jack game. It's like one stream left of that, unless you're counting upgrades. Lousy Sniper asks, what was the fix? I just reset Windows, kept my files. Funny enough, I have a lot of my games installed on a SSD that's a separate drive, a D drive, so I chose to wipe out Windows and keep my files. So when I reinstalled Steam and said, hey, go look in the D drive, it found most of my installed library, so the only thing I had to really reinstall was that Microsoft Flight Simulator, because that game's 190 gigabytes, and it's pretty fun. Crash a plane into your own house. They let you do that now. But be ready to do all sorts of weird things to fix your computers. I had one computer that wouldn't boot up properly. Like every time it hit Windows, it would just fucking die. So what I did was just reset the BIOS on the motherboard. Fixed. Boom. Then updated the BIOS to make sure it doesn't happen again. So, you know, I could have thought, oh, the motherboard's broken, all this other stuff, oh, it's destroyed, it's no good. Nah, it was just a matter of going and plugging a USB drive into the motherboard with a copy of BIOS on it and hitting button to say, hey, flash the BIOS. Great. Good night, Eric Jennings. Good night. Anthony says SNEX Super FX textureless polygons. They did get Doom running on it, so they got polygons on it. Textured, it could do it. It's not very well. So yeah, I would consider like SNES like the end of the 2D generation. Then you got the 3D generation with PS1 and all that, and it can look pretty good. But since then, we really haven't made too many advancements. So seeing ray tracing's nice, because that was always like a big hit, something we didn't have back in the day. Hey Vlad, good to see you. It was fun being on DP. It always is fun being on there. I'll have to get on again. I have a tendency to talk and then drop the subject and not have anything to say. Like it sounds like I'm about to make a good point, and then all of a sudden I just kind of trail off. That's hard to avoid doing, but it's nice for them to let me on. Hey Rio, good to see you. Hope you're having a good night. Hope you're having a good weekend. I really should retitle this stream, but this is just Hellbent plays a medieval with ray tracing on, then stops and just talks. Maybe some of it was being on DP. I like being on there, but man, I'm all video games, right? So I can't immediately start talking. It's like, so guys, PlayStation 1 graphics, bilinear filtering, am I right? Am I right? What was with the lack of bilinear filtering for the PlayStation 1? I mean, come on. Yeah. Nobody will. Even within gaming circles, that's considered kind of nerdy. Anthony says each generation of 3D has been a smaller upgrade from the previous. There's a big jump from PS1 to N64 to a PS2 Xbox, and decent to 360 PS3, but only mild for PS4 X1. That's what I think too. There are a lot of mid-gen games like Metal Gear Solid 5 and Grand Theft Auto 5 that were on like 360 and PS4, but everybody probably playing it on PS4. Why would you play it on the PS3 right now? I had the downloadable PS3 version of Grand Theft Auto 5, and let me tell you, it ran like dog shit, but I did complete the entire game in it and have fun. So, I mean, you know, if I can play the worst possible port of a game and still feel like I had a pretty solid experience. Good. That game actually required you to have the disc in there for streaming in textures to get good performance. So Grand Theft Auto 5 on a PS3 downloadable just wouldn't play good. The need of the Blu-ray is kind of like shitty version of it. Lower texture streaming and all that. Oh yeah, Grim, this game isn't necessarily hard, but you can make it hard. Really just depends on how you play. PS2 to PS3 is the biggest in your opinion? I think the biggest jump was PlayStation 1 and N64 to the Xbox 360, because you look at like, oh, no, that's too far, I'm sorry. No. I would say PS2 to 360. Maybe that's just a little bit different, but like, PS2 didn't have too much bump mapping. It had bump mapping, but it just wasn't like elaborate. You didn't see too many like well-lit games. Almost everything on the PS2 has a very static, baked-in look, to where the 360 is like, oh fuck, there's shadows, man. Thing's got a real shadow and ain't just like a little transparent dot under a character. You see that in some games, but Doom 3 on Xbox, but oh, multiplayer. I mean, you had Xbox Live and Shadows and stuff on the original Xbox and PS2 to some degree, like Silent Hill 3 and stuff, but it wasn't quite to the degree of I don't know, Gears of War always comes to mind. Like, that's a big jump right there. Take a top line Sony game like SOCOM US Navy SEALs and like put it right up against Gears of War, Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, Black Ops. And that jump is pretty big. But I guess it's all down to opinion after a while. Alright, I'm gonna pour myself a drink. We get on next level. Hello, Scruffy Black Templar. Good. Just testing out some hardware at ridiculous hours while Sharpie works on special stuff for the Red Bubble. What's your scheme, Sharpie? How you gonna make $1 million on the internet?
Selling stickers.
Not a bad idea. I remember
No.
when I was a kid, I'd go to the skating rink and there's like this big machine you'd put $1.50 into and it would like shoot out like a super premium sticker with reflective shit on it, right? And you had to have the reflective thing put on your skates. You know, without the reflective sticker of a pit bull on your skates, you don't look cool at all. And it was only until like, you know, second or third time wearing a big like sparkling pit bull on my rollerblade that I realized that I looked really gay. So I took it off. That was $1.50 waste. Well, you know, live and learn. It's just all the girls were having so much fun at the sticker machine, I thought I had to try it too. I like that moment growing up. You see a T-shirt that says like "Beat me, destroy me," and like, yeah, I'm fucking 5 years old. Destruction's cool. The clerk's like, you can't buy that. I'm like, why not? You need to get your parent over here to see if they'll let you wear that. They're like, no, you can't wear the horse shirt. Get any girls from the stickers? Hell no. But I did fucking skate like a madman. No one could stop me, not even God. I gotta stretch, fuck! Give me a second here. Like I said, this is gonna be casual. Come back. At some point, do a medieval. On a harder difficulty for one. Normal's too easy. It really is. It's okay. I mean, it's not to be ashamed. Like, oh, beat it on normal. I'm not nothing. Nah, you're something. I like to play it on hard, but I do want to make sure all this equipment works. I want to stretch my fucking breadsticks here. Ah, shit. I get a few comments like that, destroy your chew water. I was getting a reply on YouTube that just says, Dolan, Hellbent, Frank. And deep down, I'm like, I hope that's a child. That's just a little feller going, like, I know how to spell that. That'd be cool. But if it's like somebody in their 30s going, Frank, you were Frank. Like, no, don't. I don't even know what to think about that. I had no response if somebody just came up to me in real life and went, Frank. I wouldn't be having it. Lord, no. Yeah, I should have thought of this. Don't do like a 3-hour podcast and don't stretch and start a stream of a video game. That's a dumb idea. All right. That's enough. If this works, next thing I need to upgrade is get a really good chair this time. Don't cheap out on it. Don't just get one that gives you the minimum. I like that I can keep shocking them to make them explode. Silver key. Right up there. You know, I could probably... rocket boost my way up that. Well, let me get a... No, I don't think so. Well, I gotta try it now. I've thought about it too much. Let's just quick save. Only get one shot at this. Just run forward and... Not even close. Oh, shit. Well, I crashed the game. Update. Okay. Fair enough. We're updating. Oh yeah, I don't react too much to blowing shit up. It's just fun. It feels good. My desktop is my desktop is a mess, but I mean, I don't use my desktop for anything. I use Windows, like I bring up Windows, right? If I need to open up some files, but I'm never like, oh shit, gotta double click on my desktop. I got my tabs at the bottom, man. I don't know. Just never been big on like using the desktop for actually doing anything. So it's always just a repository for trash. Anything on my desktop is like an afterthought. I'll probably have to start over. Nope. Okay. Well, we're not gonna do that again. No more game crashing. damage is really good. Like, if they're next to one of their friends, you definitely want to explode them. I don't know how I launched 2 green blade strikes at once, but that was awesome. Is there a way to, like, cancel your blade slash and do 2? Because that would be pretty useful and smart to have. It has been a while since I've done some video. I don't know, how's the volume? Do I need to scream to be heard? I've been, man, yeah, it sounds loud still. I just don't want to adjust volume by the scroll bar over here all the time. It's not a good idea. Best way to test? Fucking midnight, man. There's no expectations for midnight. Ooh, that reflection though, man. It's subtle. But when you stop to take a look at the actual world being reflected properly, it's a really nice thing. I'll just use my regular talking voice. If this isn't loud enough, then I'll have to adjust it. Later, Clint. Have a good day at work. Throw bombs up here, it's too wacky. Oh, I used up all my good ammo. Well, not all of it. Enough of it. Give me some of that blue shit. However, this lighting is nice. I can get used to games having this kind of stuff in it. I don't think I've enjoyed a lighting style more than this since Doom 3. People shat on Doom 3 like, oh, it's too dark. It's so that the light matters. I need it to be dark. If it's not dark, then what's the point of having cool lighting shit? I mean, there's a little bit to be argued there, but not much. Light shines in the dark, and I don't mean that metaphorically. I mean that completely literally, with no exceptions or anything. There's no like irony or message there. It's just fucking fact. Fuck this little red dude up. He's got friends. Come down here if you're so tough. Man, this game is so pretty. It's like looking at a lava lamp that explodes on the inside. Now that I've had no misclicks or nothing bad like that, I'm wondering like what the fuck was causing that and how do I avoid it from now on? Because you would drop clicks so subtly, right? That you just wouldn't notice or just blame yourself. Or at least I would. I'm more fast to blame myself than I am like, you know, mechanical objects. Usually it's just, you know, user error. 90% of problems with this kind of shit's user error. And in this case it was user error, but only in the sense, ooh, look at this shit. Okay, I'm gonna fire an orb down there. We're gonna look at ray tracing in action. I'm gonna fire a lot of orbs down there now because there's dudes, but man, yeah, it's fucking looker. That's nuts. That's always going to be mega impressive to me. Give me some of that orange mana. Yeah, Grim, a faulty sensor can cause misclicks, but in this case, it was just me, like, resetting Windows. That tells me it was definitely some kind of funky-ass driver issue. Glad I could solve it, though. Because I was afraid that, like, oh, it works for a little bit, right? But watch it drop. It could be a pause buffer on the CPU, although that should have resulted in more issues on, like, the video game side of things rather than just the mouse. It's hard to say sometimes, man. All I know is these reflections are fucking great. Like, you could bake these in. Like, you see the spiral staircase kind of reflected there. You could bake that in. There's no need for that to be reflected in real time. But since it's not reflected in real time, the small independent team that's not like super huge can save a massive amount of time, and the reflections can be 100% legit with, like, you know, no caveats. And you get some benefits to lighting in general. Just, you know, lighting looks better all around. This looks like the OG Doom engine, kinda. Yeah, they went with some, I would say more Quake. With, like, a lot of upgrades. What are they doing down there? That is such a cool effect of this weapon. So when they start to go like their Mortal Kombat character, just keep zapping and then they explode and hurt their friends. So, you know, it gives you a reason to appreciate this. Like, though it's a direct fire weapon, it can be used in a crowd control capacity if used appropriately at the right time. Another good reason for me to get a little bit of practice in this before I play it, because that's like kind of an important thing to know if you're going to play on a higher difficulty. That's great. Oh man, I'm eating through my blue mana though. The solar alkalites think they're so good. It's so great. Hey, JFJ, good to see you. I'm just testing shit out, friend. Although the ray tracing here, fucking great. Got the fucking silver key, fucker. Game rumbled a little bit. You know what? I'm gonna go look around before I leave. Exit's right there, easy enough to get to. What else is going on here? So how's you been, JFJ? How is you going? So fucking extra. Get into special place. We go. Rip! Oh yeah! Oh, I was already here. Well, I did it. There's some blue ammo along the way. The scenic route's totally cool. Hey, I remembered my massacre. Nice. I forgot that this is one of those games where it's like, oh yeah, we remember all the dead bodies. Hey, friends! Let's go, you piece of shit! Oh! There's more health, it's fine! Did they like spawn those guys here? Oh, they're supposed to chase me on the way out. I ambushed them. Blue shit and health laying around here somewhere. There's some health. Hey. Oh yeah, I don't need it. Ah, there's some blue shit. Okay. I don't need much. Hello. Got some orange shit. Now we can really blow some stuff up. That's where I came in level. Yeah, alright. I was gonna like rocket jump up there with the planet thing. That'd be cool, but unnecessary. It wouldn't do anything. And I don't want to save scum for two reasons. One, it's lame, and two, well, it might crash this version of the game, so we're not going to do that. The chances of getting planet Earth on the scepter are really low. But it can happen. If you get the planet Earth, you have to fire it, because it actually will destroy all of humanity if I do it. There's some other planets from our solar system in here, too. Come on, Earth. Dude, this planet looks awesome. Welcome to Hell Rock Planet, where we rock all fucking day. Say all the F words. All of them. Open Sesame. Can't wait. So how's the audio? Am I more audible? Are we having a successful test night? That would be good. This chair needs to be adjusted. Ah. Hello, Alexander Vera. You don't hear anything out of play is good. I just want to make sure my volume levels are good. I'll come back and listen to it myself, of course. Hey, Steve-O. I'm just trying to find a good balance here. Oh, no. Hold on just a second. There we go. It's more comfortable. Good. Thank you, Grim. So yeah, this game, you should always buy it. Oh, on Drunken Peasants, no, I hit the mute button because I didn't want to make any noise. And I forgot I got a pedal down here that I can press with my foot to mute myself. And it's just a weird day, man. Just a weird day. Man, lots of people get killed by cows, Red Dragon Empress. Cows kill more people than you might suspect.
Cows are cool.
They're pretty cool. I saw a baby cow drop kick some dude who was like whipping another adult cow. It was nice seeing like the adolescent cow go, "Hey, fuck you, buddy, that's my mama." Just drop kicked his ass. Is great. Hell yeah, I can cough without bothering people so much. Some success in hardware, you know what? This could be adjusted. I think I'm overdue for a little bit of touch up on my audio kit, but when you've been doing the same jobs for so long, the idea of swapping your microphone and a few other things is kind of not something you want to fuck with, or at least not something you want to take too lightly. Come on, bitch. I know how homing weapons work. You ain't so scurry. Okay, that one got me. That shit hurts. It's gonna scooch my way back here. Shit. Okay, it's not done with yet. Oh, fuck, it might be if I keep missing health. Ah. Fuck. Well, I had my ultimate powers sitting there, but I decided to skip it. Hey, Krista, good to see ya. So I like this game. I don't know if you could tell, but this is something that I've had on like my list of shit that I want to play, but will save for a rainy day. Didn't think I'd be using it for tests, but man, the fucking ray tracing is so pretty. God motherfucking damn. I am Molten Amber. I remember that guy. It is kind of weird that homeless people have phones now, right? Like, I mean, obviously it's gonna happen. Anything regular people have. anything someone working a hard 9 to 5 for minimum wage can have is within the reach of a homeless person. But it is kind of funny to see homeless people going, I'm live streaming, motherfucker. Here I go. I'm going to go up to these people and harass them, and nobody will stop me. That shit's great. I can't wait for a homeless guy to, like, get angry at me for only giving him $5 and go, motherfucker, I'm live streaming this to my 150 million followers. I'm like, ah, shit. Ah, shit. He's like, yeah. You'll rue the day you gave me only 5. All right, let's fuck this guy's face.
Put it that way, I guess.
Well, with my magic rod.
Uh-huh.
His face will be fucked. Kazam. I hit a button, but I don't know what it did. My divine staff of white magic. And whatever. Grab some of that orange mana. Get fucking nuked. You piece of shit. Oh, that's why they don't let you save and pop these, because you just fucking melt the bosses with that. Ain't stand no chance. Well, when we do a genuine playthrough, we will not be using the self-activated. It's the auto-activated one. Normally, you max out your soul meter, then you just fucking go ultra mode, right? But people bitched. And they put in, you know, the ability to just hold on to them souls and, you know, do a super move. Which is alright. I don't think it, like, makes the game worse. Thing, but it does kind of make the boss fights a little wimpy. But hey, you could also choose just not to use it at all. But fuck, man, like, especially in rooms like this, reflections show super hard. And it looks fantastic. I like a little bit of ghosting. Try something. It's still kind of blurry even on maximum. Oh, it does look a bit nicer though. Well, we'll run it on maximum ray tracing unless we see any kind of issues, but let's see that skybox. Here we go. It's not a bad skybox. Not one that really takes advantage of the ray tracing, though. Invisible walls. These to keep cheaters out. Probably to keep you from, like, skipping past the boss so easy. Alright, that makes sense.
Welcome back, champion.
So far, Meeseek's the game I've seen take advantage of ray tracing the most is Control, which is on Steam now. But even then, it's like, it feels like there could be better showcases for it, I suppose. I'm happy with the medieval getting it. I like indie games using high tech. Always fun to see. I want to return to difficulty selection. Where am I going from? Oh. Dominion of the Sentinels. All right, here we go. I love me some RTX. Me seeks the ray tracing, I feel, adds a whole lot to the art. That being said, I can also understand why a lot of people just can't see it. Okay, hit the button, now what? Oh! Let's see Minecraft ray tracing. Yeah, tried it out. It's pretty cool. Oh, shit. Yeah, this weapon's nice. Minecraft with ray tracing is cool, but I can't play with all my friends on Java doing that. Hell yeah! Get smoked! What's the point of this little funky area then? Is oh, button. That's so fun. I like any shooter game that lets me stick people to walls. Ah, damn it. You go for that ammo. I still got it. Good level design too. It also has to be mentioned. Yeah, I know I'm in the minority of people who think the ray tracing stuff is good, but it is being put into the next gen consoles. Oh shit. So that's good. I think a lot of games will benefit from it. Main thing it'll do is, while it does increase your hardware costs, it'll make doing lighting a lot less expensive for studios. So you're gonna see a lot of like indie games and mid-tier games. You usually don't even bother with lighting beyond basic, you know, volumetric stuff. actually do, you know, good lighting jobs. And that's nice because it's really rare. You can run into some 360 games that look better than modern games when it comes to lighting just because more effort was put into lighting and there were no like automated ways to really do it without pre-baking it and doing a lot of extra work. So when you're basically getting lighting for free on the developer end of it, that's really good. Oh, fuck. No! I'll be back for that. I love the mace. Alignment must be observed. Okay. Order is perfection. Perfection is power.
Hello.
Hello. Good to see you, Grim.
Been a while, mostly because my room just hasn't had AC for like the last 2.5 weeks. So I've been avoiding turning on my main desktop.
Lovely. Yeah, nothing like a computer in the middle of summer to make the summertime really kick in.
Yeah, when it's already 93 and then you turn on a computer to heat up your room more than that, real fun.
Yeah, I'd have it go from like 87 to 96 when I turn on a computer. So I know that feeling. I'm making the same mistake. Give me that celestial staff. Hell yeah. Now, the thing about the celestial staff or any good weapon is that I will never use it, and I will covet it and hold it and just not use it. Cool. Yeah, one more to go. Sequence completed. Total Quake 1 references. This game's Quake 1 as fuck. Good. I think Quake 1 would have been the cooler game to do ray tracing for, really. Hey, good night, Meeseeks. How do you inject soup into someone's IV? I assume with a syringe. Anyways, to go on about why I like the ray tracing, normally you'd have to make a cube map or something for every single little reflection and everything that you want to do. And that takes a shitload of time. It's not as easy as just a copy paste or anything like that. They got methods of automation, but they're not perfect. And then you got, you're still gonna cost resources reflecting the character anyways if you got a character model in there. So when it comes to a couple of things, like say you want to reflect an area and it's got 30 or 40, characters moving in the background, even if you cube mapped it, you're gonna spend so much fucking resource and power rendering all those different characters in the reflection. Or if it's done by ray tracing, it's just tracing the pixels, boom, done. So in bigger scale and larger games, it'll make a huge difference, but in smaller scale ones, it can make a big difference too, because you get like contact, floor lighting, a bunch of stuff that I nerd out over, but I understand for most people they don't care. Like when the chair touches the ground and the shadow's like under it or next to it, but not where it should be, most people just, glaze right over it. Me, I see that, I'm like, damn, that looks good. I just wish the shadow made sense, because I get a very video gamey feel for it. Something about it being all sealed up nice and tight, so good, but it still has some work to do. Like you see a reflection in the puddle, you move the camera and you see a little distortion trail effect out of the reflection. That's no good, but it's a good step in the right direction, and I'm glad to see the PS5 and Xbox Series X adopted as well. I do think it's a good idea.
Also, for graphics cards, they're coming out with the 3000 series set, which I know ray tracing was a big step forward in the 1000 series set. So it may be something that becomes inherent kind of in the future.
Yeah, it looks like the RTX series of cards is going to go away, and just all of them are going to have tensor cores in them, which is good in my opinion. I know a lot of people don't give a shit, but look, I was playing Control, right? And I walked the main character up to a fucking coffee decanter, and I saw the character's complete reflection in there, reflected, bent, every way it should be, and a table prop, just like a little prop on a table. And that's what got me, because you never see that done in a small, insignificant way. It's only on big, grand objects. So in Control, like, everything will do that. And it really does give you a real nice picture, especially when the game's made with that in mind, art style and all. Hey, good night, Virtual Animation. It is late, isn't it? Well, let's do another level anyways. This is a way better example of ray tracing than the Quake 2 demo anyhow. I like the Quake 2 demo. It is pretty cool, but I feel like Quake 2 was not the best game to showcase any of this in. Maybe like, Half-Life 2 would have been great. Should have put the money towards that. And we get like a good source engine. Build a Half-Life that works too while they're at it. Everybody would have been happy. Then again, Quake 2 is cheap. Price is right. Chaos begets destruction. I'm gonna go. Welcome back, Spartacus. I forgot how that works. It's been too long. That's good. Oh, I fucked that up. Blue shit, green shit. I really like how they handle ammo here. You got 3 flavors. Well, 4 flavors, but now we just use 3. Hey, secret. I don't like games that have like an excessive variety of ammo. I mean, I guess it's realistic in a sense, but it's also kind of obnoxious and doesn't really make a game better. Never been like, oh, it's so realistic, I need a different type of bullet for everything. Usually just slows shit down, depending on the game anyways. But if you have like a fast-paced game, then you constantly slow it down. Feels like a bunch of extra work for nothing. Oh, I need the gold key. Maybe I should read, huh? Oh, hey, silver key. Coming for you. Can't resist it. I'm not supposed to be here, but I am. Now I get the pleasure to walk all the way back where I came from. I mean, I guess if you're picky, you could go like, oh, well, the guy just like got all the gunpowder out of there and then made his own bullet by mashing together metal with his teeth. You know what? If as long as it speeds the game up, I don't care. They can come up with any excuse.
So my dad killed a fly, right? He kind of barely killed it though. So
was it dancing around?
No, I'm not done yet. It's kind of like done. Yeah, it's kind of like that. But he rolls it up in a little tiny piece of paper, and he puts it in the paper shredder.
Oh shit, that's brutal.
Yeah, that's what he said.
One time in some less clean days, I had an ant infestation, so I just had a paper clip that I'd light up with a Bic lighter and just go, ha, gotcha, ant. Then I later read that spreaded pheromones and that made other ants think, wow, this place must be really important if our friends keep dying here, so it didn't work to scare them. You can't scare ants away. They're just like, oh shit, a lot of us died there. It must be good shit. Made them more luring.
That's pretty funny. I just killed a fly just now and it left a mark on my wall, so I gotta clean it.
I don't know. I don't mind cleaning up marks like that because it's a mark of victory.
Yeah, but it looks really gross.
Now the next challenge is to do that to a spider next time you see it.
I did though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was right next to my bed.
Okay, the upgrade of that is to kill the spider with your bare hand and on a piece of paper or nothing.
Oh.
Yeah. You just gotta grab him like you're picking up an M&M or some shit and just fucking squeeze.
All I've had so far is a singular cockroach. Never seen another one since.
You know what? I wouldn't do it to a cockroach. Those things are fucking... At least the spider's just full of neurotoxin.
It was a Japanese cockroach. Those things are fucking huge.
Ah, yes. For some reason, anything that lives near volcanoes is giant by default. I like those little shotguns that shoot like salt out. It's stupid and it just makes a huge mess, but it is fun to like shoot a fly out of the air with like tiny bits of salt. I'm sure that's a horrible way to go. Man, I went all the way around that power up. I was so slick. I got like maximum orange shit. About ready to fucking annihilate something. Son of a bitch. Should have just taken the initiative there. Not done here yet. Game trying to send me to the bottom like it's a convenience. This would be really fun in deathmatch. Like just this area right here could be a deathmatch arena. It'd work just fine. Oh yeah, I got the gold key. I'm like, wait. I'm no good at navigating mazes, yet I love Doom and Quake. The guns are just enough of a carrot at the end of the stick to get me to go through with it.
Some of the stuff I saw Vinny doing when he's playing this game was convoluted as fuck.
Oh yeah. Well, you can skip a lot of it with rocket jumps. Like there are crazy ways around everything if you want to take them. That being said, I'm more of a slow, methodical player. Should have taken out the trident for that. Could have killed them all way more quickly. But the maze is fun. All has its place. guy thought he's clever. Two shots with the big old planet launcher. This isn't the Exotzi exit. I missed a lot of secrets. There's so many other doors. Oh well. This game is really relaxing too. Of course, I could crank up the difficulty. Medium is kind of... It's not bad. It's harder than Dusk, but Dusk is already pretty easy. I think if I was going to do a 24-hour stream, I'd probably take on Medieval, Dusk, a lot of the New Blood stuff. Maybe it's like a mid... some kind of break through medium difficulty New Blood stuff. Oh, it could be PS2 and play it. PS2's got a lot of good games on it, man. You play yourself some God Hand, Armored Core... SSX, I'm just looking at stuff I got up there. Ace Combat 5. We got a little bit more. So, plus side is, everything's working. That was my main worry, that I did all that stuff last night, resetting Windows and all that shit just for nothing. That's the most disappointing thing, when you reset everything and it's still fucked. Get smashed. Yeah, I also need to do custom keybinds for weapon selection. I'm not hot swapping all that good. Using the mouse wheel, it'll get you by, but you really oughta try to go for something different. No, there's nothing over. I was hoping I could rocket jump up there and get a secret, but get near me, get all punched up, it's good. Blam! Chain reaction. You see me keep that projectile spinning around me? That was good shit. Hey, Mikhail, good to see ya. Bye, bitch. I'm almost afraid to step on the water. It's so pretty. I love the ray tracing on this game. I think it really fills out the look nicely. But again, I was one of those people that was like, oh my god, the shadows in Doom 3 kick ass. And a lot of people are like, I don't see nothing. Like, you don't see the shadows? Like, yeah, I've seen shadows in games before, and I just want to scream, no, you have not! You got fooled! Your eyes are stupid! You're stupid! What are you gonna do?
Sometimes it's a matter of what hardware they have rather than what the game has, because sometimes the monitor or the graphics card that they're using just simply doesn't support it.
Oh, BFG time! Oh, I'm talking about people that played like PS2 and GameCube and shit. They just couldn't see. They're like, I don't see what's so special about Doom 3. I'm just like, fuck you. It's special. Uriel 30 with $5 says, hey, Hellbent, did you know there's a bearded asshole on the right side of the screen? Who's that guy? I don't know, man, but he's been hijacking streams all over the internet. Claims to be some kind of voice actor, as if like they did internet shit. Leave it to Hollywood, jackass. Internet doesn't belong on TV. It should only be Jimmy Kimmel at all times. In fact, if you don't watch an hour of Jimmy Kimmel a day, they should put you on some kind of list. I got smashed. I thought I got all the way through there.
I don't know. I didn't see anything specifically important about Doom 3's graphics, but then again, I also quite enjoyed some of the more racing games for the original Xbox rather than the Xbox 360 at the time.
Oh, it's all about the shadows, like when an imp throws a fireball and you see the shadow of a handrail like on a wall, like, or one of the light sources close to a monster and you see a giant shadow as opposed to just like the weird other shadows they would do in games that are sort of shadows, but really just reflections, black, but not good ones. Jay Bryan asks, do I stream with the same PC? Nah, I use a different PC for streaming than I do for playing the games. That's why I get a little bit of an edge. Although the other nice thing about the tensor cores and the ray tracing and all that is that they can use them to process video too. So if you do have an RTX card, you can tell the NVIDIA software to just hit the ray tracing cores with the recording. And you save a significant amount of graphical processing. Since most games don't use ray tracing right now, it's, nothing extra. So, if you wanted to do it on a single computer, I'd recommend an RTX card just because of that. Good to see it, Clint. Putting a 16 years on an RTX. Well, 1660 is still good. Oh, fuck. Yep, crashing again. So Medieval RTX doesn't like me loading, but that's okay anyways, because save scumming's for losers. The only time I would say, save scumming's alright is if you're super casual or if you're playing like Nightmare on some game that's, obscenely unfair. But even then, you lose bragging rights. Crashing is a small price to pay for ray tracing, in my opinion. Oh, hey, what's up? The other nice thing about ray tracing, now bathrooms and video games will have actual mirrors in them. Instead of what they do now to where the mirrors, like if you go to if you're like in a subway or something in a video game, every single mirror will be smashed. Or it's like, ooh, the mirror is so dirty and fussy, it doesn't reflect.
I mean, honestly though, do mirrors even matter? Does it really matter what your character looks like?
When every single video game has mirrors that don't work, kinda does a little bit. Because, I'm playing a game, right? And I go from the subway and all the mirrors are broken. I'm like, fair enough. So I'm like in another area saying max pain. I'm like, oh, I'm in a house. All the mirrors are broken. That's weird. I'm like, all right. And I go to the fancy, huge corporate building and all the mirrors are just gray. There's no reflection. I'm like, wow. And then they have a cutscene where the character's standing in front of a glass window pane and there's a reflection. I'm like, well then, why wasn't that in the bathroom? They could do it. They just didn't do it because the hardware wasn't there. And, you know, they'd have to do a cube map and a reflection. It'd be all that extra work. So all these little tiny things are all of a sudden getting just a hardware fix. And it's so rare for a problem like that to be solved just purely in hardware, to where you don't have to hardly do anything. And that means we don't have to deal with artistic weird shit like that.
Or like I've absolutely maxed the quality in a game that came out a few months ago, and there are absolutely no reflection. Period.
Yep. That kind of shit's real common, and it doesn't ruin games for me, mind you. This game without RTX is just as good, but I just like it, man. I think it was Detroit Become Human. I saw that the fucking bathroom mirror reflected, and it damn near destroyed my head. It also wasn't a cheap reflection, it was an actual reflection. I feel like it just came from here. Hold on. Where am I going?
Oh no, I'm playing Mortal Shell, so I'm too distracted with getting my ass kicked to really pay that much attention to reflection.
Yeah, Mortal Shell wouldn't matter too much, I suppose. Although I would still prefer it to have reflections. Okay, I'm going the right way because they re-popped the area, but also I noticed I got the gold key. Wasn't paying attention to that. Hey guys, come on down. Another place that'll help a lot is in games with day and night cycles. They can just have a flat set of textures instead of like, here's a daytime textures and here's a nighttime texture. Otherwise, it just doesn't work right. Using standard lighting, rasterized lighting, the day and night thing, it just looks like you turn the gamma up and down, as opposed to actual light being casted, because globally illuminated volumetric lighting stuff is really expensive, and it doesn't look all that great either in addition to that. If I could compare it to any basic graphical thing, it would be like saying, we don't need 32-bit color ever. 16 will always be enough. And yeah, I guess it's true to an extent, but I like some 32-bit color. I like some RGB, some be fancy. Things can look good. A little bit extra never hurt anybody, except for your pocketbook, but hey. Now the issue is, so you got your ray tracing card, you got your fancy shit, but nothing runs it except for this game and Control. And maybe Doom Eternal eventually. They announced it, said it would have like some RTX stuff. I think it has like deep learning super sampling, which is nice. Really good anti-aliasing method. It saves a lot of processing power, but I ain't seen no Doom Eternal RTX shit yet.
Or like you got your 8K TV, but none of the cores that support going from your device to your TV actually support bitrate for 8K.
Yeah. Like I wouldn't be able to run 8K here while plugged into the 4K capture device. The reason why I got the Elgato 4K capture device was so that I could see 4K while I broadcast to people in 1080p. But if I had a 8K monitor, well, it would just go to 4K, because anything on HDMI always, divides down to the lesser, so it'd be pointless for me to have one.
And then there's the issue of what is the actual resolution of the human eye?
Probably like 25K or something like that. I'm just throwing numbers out there, but I can tell the difference between looking at a screen and not.
Allegedly, 4K is above the resolution of the human eye versus 1080.
I don't buy that.
As I said, allegedly.
Yeah, it's the same people who are like, well, the human eye really can't see more than 24 frames a second. I'm like, where'd you get this from? It's like, I don't know, I just feel like it. I never get like a good source on that, you know. That's because nobody does medical studies on that because it's stupid. According to this medical study, 60 frames is better. Get fucked, console geeks, you pieces of shit. I mean, that'd be cool.
I don't know, for most of the games I play, I usually rather run a higher refresh rate than a higher granularity of what's clear.
Oh yeah, I always try to keep a baseline at 60 frames per second, but when I can get ray tracing and 60 frames per second, it's one of the few times I've actually felt like things looked better, rather than just like, look, better textures and some other rasterized lighting. It's like, hey, look, actual fucking reflections, real shadows. But there's still some caveats. I wouldn't recommend it as a necessary thing. But it does make me more excited for the consoles, knowing that they're all going to ship with the ray tracing cores in them.
I don't know, I keep mine at a 244 hertz with a 1080p resolution.
Yeah,
I've never really seen the
is really good.
I've never really seen the difference from 1080 to 4K. So, personally for me, it's never actually been different.
For me, it's night and day, especially if a game like has you shooting at stuff far away. There's like a sniper segment or something. Being able to like scope out something very far away and being able to see what it is a huge difference for me. It's like the difference between seeing a mess of pixels or alternatively like a tiny silhouette of what is probably something that's about to shoot you back.
I feel like that might also have to do with the size of the monitor.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't get like a 4K monitor at 14 inches. It'd be cool, but it'd be kind of dumb.
Because just based on my space requirements, I quite enjoy the 24 to 27 inch range. Just because I don't really have the room for like a fucking 66 inch TV or anything like that.
Yeah, I run 4K on a 27 inch monitor. It's enough. That being said, more important than resolution is refresh rate, obviously, but color, like 99% Adobe RGB monitor, you can actually see shit in the dark and keep it dark. You don't have to like crank the gamma up or nothing. So things like shadows pop a lot more. If you're already running like everything really, really bright, then shadows don't matter because you're, already racing them out by messing with the colors. So it's nice to have a default uniform color and monitors that are able to actually produce that color effectively so you can see, and things like, dark objects and stuff like that, they just pop. Works better. Like it.
It doesn't really help when you're running colorblind modes in the first place.
Yeah, that's the other thing. When I get old and I start to get cataracts or whatever, if I make it that far, I'm really not going to care about an 8K monitor. I think I'm just going to be like, is it bright? You're bright, Mom. Jay Bryant thinks 8K is overkill. I suppose. I think 8K will probably be where things cap out, because the next generation of gaming consoles, they're like saying already, it's like, well, we're not really targeting 4K anymore. And I get it. Like, I'm playing this at 1080p right now because if I ray trace at 4K, the results are not going to be pretty for the frame rate. It's just going to eat shit, especially when it comes to shadows. So...
Also, mildly at my age, I'm just like, if it looks good while I'm drunk, it's good enough. Beyond that,
yeah.
I don't really care.
Yeah, it's a luxury for sure. I'll never say like, oh, you're not playing the game if it's not ray traced, really. No, that's not true, but there are some concerns when it comes to games being too dark. And ray tracing fixes a lot of things. Like, you get your ray tracing and your accurate colors and you're set. It's also nice not to have to, like, you know, go in the game. It's like, how would you like to adjust your brightness? And be like, not at all. Instead of like, hey, crank it up a little bit more than what the game says. Like, can you see this picture? And everybody always, they say, like, crank up the brightness till you can't see the second picture. And I guarantee you, almost everybody cranks it up so you can see both pictures. Because, yeah, a lot of monitors don't have the color depth.
Alternatively, I've found a lot of it is fixed with having a OLED monitor.
Yeah, the brighter the monitor, the better, sure. But it also has to have a really accurate color range as well, or else really subtle stuff like, you know, real dark teals or any kind of middle range color that's not red, green, or blue, it just doesn't quite pick up. But again, that's nitpicky. Deluxe, it's extra. But though it's something I find to be nice and helpful, I can understand why other people don't like it or don't care. Maybe in comparison to audio, I would say 4K and accurate color and all that is similar to surround sound. Like, it could offer you a little bit of an advantage here and there, but is it necessary? No, it's not necessary. As long as it's like stereo and 720p, you're okay.
Especially when you start playing games where the entire point of the game is just fuck.
Yeah, like, why am I gonna play River City Ransom in 4K? Makes no sense. That was a fun fight. I thought I was done there for a moment. Oh, there's all this extra ammo. I was just so focused on the battle I didn't even see. And a secret hell. I did this the dumb way. I just realized. Fired 2 of my BFG shots. Not sure if you can cap out on that all that easy. But I do like that the BFG is just the Quake 2 BFG. Just purple. I could have been fighting up here the entire time, and there's little ports and shit. Guess it cap out your ammo. I could jump through there. I'm good. It's not like I get to keep any of this for the next act anyways. Take all your weapons away. Okay, one more try then. Yeah! This is just the start of the area. Ah, rocket jumped my way back into the beginning. So smart. Alright, I'm out of here. Oh yeah, I did Bioshock. I came back and did some Bioshock. I think I did Bioshock 2 as well. Good. I want to do Condemned. If we're talking like 360 classics. Condemned on the 360 got that Xbox One X support, so now we can play it in 4K on the console. PC game's good, but it's missing a lot of audio, and you gotta like... I think that's how I fucked up my mouse, actually. I think I was trying to get Condemned or Fear or one of those Lithtech games running, and I had to like do some shit to get like the controller to work on Condemned, and somehow I must have fucked with my HID devices and Windows. I had to have done that. Probably my fault for doing that, so it's okay though, because we got the Xbox and we are able to play tons of stuff that we couldn't normally. Maybe I'll pop on Scott Pilgrim versus the World before they finally ported it back and bring back the game. Bioshock 2 would be fun to play, but the PC port's all fucky. I don't think I did Bioshock. Pretty sure I didn't. If I did, it was that forgettable that I was just like, eh.
I think they sell a remaster on Steam for Bioshock 2.
Yeah, it's no good. If I'm playing Bioshock, I'm playing it on an Xbox because that's what it was built for. It was just built for the fucking Xbox, man. Like, as much as I like it, I just gotta, like, make that concession. At least when I play the Xbox version, it'll work. And I won't get some kind of... I think the remastered version on the PC had some kind of issue that where it just eat your game saves. It's that kind of a broke, you know, a crash here and there. It's fine. Corrupted game saves, just not worth it. It'd be like someone telling you, okay, I need you to write a book, and at some point the power may go out, and all of your progress may be lost. You cannot save until you're finished. Just, no.
Oh no, that was something I never ran into when I was playing it.
Well, I'd be interested to give it a try. I may have a copy of it laying around thanks to Humble Bundles, but I do appreciate going back to old consoles once in a while. Like, you know, I could play Condemned 1 on PC, and yes, it will have higher graphical fidelity, but it's like, it's a quick port, so it's missing some shit. And nobody at home is going to see the benefit of 4K through a stream for sure. Because though I can stream at 4K, it doesn't seem to really work well for everybody else, so... Besides, the amount of people that got a 4K monitor is really low. I got it because I'm an enthusiast. Everybody's got their one thing that they go for. Whether it's like 240 hertz or 4K. More of a... I don't know, I think it was ingrained into me ever since Doom 3. Ever since I saw like imp attack me from behind and my own shadow like splayed across the entire inside of a quarter. I'm like, whoa, fuck, that's cool. And since then, anytime I see any kind of real-time lighting, I'm like, yeah, they're doing it. They're flexing their ambition. But you know,
I don't know,
games... Oh, go ahead.
I've always enjoyed a higher refresh rate than a higher graphical fidelity, just because I've always enjoyed it actually being a smoother graphic rather than a higher quality graphic.
Oh yeah, I feel you on that. I think what keeps me out of the 144 hertz range and all that is just there is a very small handful of console games that support that, right? So considering I play PC and console, the stretch of the games I have is a bit more wide open to where a high frame rate monitor would be good. I got a 144 hertz monitor sitting around here, but you know, I could also play PS4 games in 4K, checkerboard in 4K, but 4K Days Gone really does benefit from looking sharp. The frame rate suffers for it. Not my choice. I would have, you know, leaned for frame rate. But when it looks good, it looks good. And I can't deny that it doesn't appeal to me to have it pop like that. Both would be good, though. If I had it my way, man, I'd be running like 5K 240. You know what I mean? Ideally, everybody'd want everything, I think. How's your red bubble going, Sharpie? Oh, I thought you liked art.
I do. My neck hurts though.
Oh, I understand that. I had to stretch out a couple of times. Bones hurting is the worst. I wish every bone was replaceable. That'd be cool.
Welcome back, champion.
Oh, it's especially fun when you join something like the Marine Corps because there are only two things that they're good at. Killing people and breaking shit. Sadly, breaking shit is the one that they're best at, so they're good at breaking bodies.
See, that's a good thing. If I could replace my bones, I could, like, get rid of my femur and then give it to Max or something. Be like, that's okay, Max, I got a steel femur.
Oh.
What? He likes it. He likes the taste of human flesh.
Yeah. And then he feels bad.
Bone. Yeah. That'd be like his nicotine patch. It's not as good as biting into real flesh, but hey.
Poor guy.
Fun fact about this axe, if I use my soul power on the axe, it turns it into a blender, and when you jump underwater, you get to fly around like a torpedo. It's very useless to do that, kind of a waste, but it's fun. The axe is actually really good. It does a fuck ton of damage. You can play this game melee style if you wanted. I wouldn't suggest it. Port the sword. I'm trying to remember like what I should do immediately. I'm thinking it's that, but arcane expanses. Oh yeah, you get options at this point. Now it's like, hey, fuck it, which one you want to do? Arcane expanses, sacred path. Sacred path. Or go. Wahoo. What fucker? That what Mario says? Yeah, Star of Torment. I like the Star of Torment. I chose the right level. So out of the current string of like boomer shooters, as they call them, this is my favorite. Haven't brought it up till now because I was waiting for a good moment to play it, and now I needed to test something out. So if I'm gonna test something out, I want to do it on the good thing. Oh, there's plant people. I hate my veggies. Actually, I like my greens, but make it like some okra. I feel bad about killing them. Okra's good for you. Nah, but I like me some Dusk. I like me some Nightmare Reaper. And all these games, although they fall under like the boomer shooter label, they're all vastly different. Especially Nightmare Reaper. Oh, or Project Warlock. That one came out in 2018, even before everybody had their big boomer shooter craze thing going. And man, Project Warlock is a good one. It's kind of like Wolfenstein 3D, except, you know, with RPG elements and kind of like a Bioshock type thing where you can focus like you want to upgrade your guns, you want to upgrade your character, you know, you get that kind of option. So if you want to, you can go in all magic, or you can go in, oh my god, he's on fire. You can go in all magic, you can go in like all tech, you know, super best guns, all upgraded, or a good balance. That's all up to you. Those who are lost never look upward. Huh. There should have been a dick up there. I want to write riddles like that on bathroom stalls. You're like, those who are lost never look upwards, and you look up and it's a picture of like Goatsy or something. Rock guys don't get hurt by electricity all that bad. They require the Star of Torment. This game also has a lot of different modes. You can do a kind of like what a pistol start for Doom would be, to where the game always starts with just the action. You don't get to carry anything over. And every map is designed to be beatable from the start with no extra weapons, which is a really good design practice. And I wish more games would do that. Or at least shooter games. Maybe not like RPGs or anything with like a level up system. That might make it too easy. But it gives you the chance to challenge yourself. Hey, gold key already. Those are lost, never look up. I don't get the riddle for this room, but eh. Oh, okay, I'm just gonna have to wait for the elevator then.
Maybe you're not lost yet.
Maybe I solved it accidentally. I tend to do that. Not lost until somebody tells me I am, and then by that point, I'm already at the exit, and I don't know how I got there. I'm the worst for directions. This is a petty thing, I'm sure we all have it, but it's like a common regular request a person would make that you wish they wouldn't, and mine was always like, hey, you gotta get the freeway from here? I'm like, I mean, yeah, but not like, I don't know a good way to get there. I mean, where are you headed? I guess that especially irked me because I'm like, man, you got a cell phone. I've seen you. You're on your phone right now. You got a map on there. Why don't you look at your map? Making me do. I'm not your GPS, you some bitch. I know that's petty, but I just don't like it. It's like somebody asking me to do math for them. Like I'm not.
Pick a direction and drive. You'll get there eventually.
Not your fucking slave. There we go. Just had to circle around and run. Oh my god. Oh my god! This secret. Gotta zoom around there, wait for it to get up to the tippy top, then enter the correct way with the little step. Circle around. Then I assume drop and lose all the health I'd gain out of this, but whatever. Oh, you gotta do a fancy jump too. Oh yeah, quicker the better, huh? Maybe I can. There we go. It didn't hurt myself. Oh, okay, now I hurt myself. I don't mind the labyrinth-like design so much when the game is fully 3D. I think it's the 2.5D or the faux 3D done in Doom that makes me sick, to where I'm like, oh, where am I even? When the little plant guys get lit on fire, they can like throw fire at you because they are on fire.
Doom used a different version of ray tracing where it was tracing based off of what your field of vision, where it was a 2D map drawn in 3 dimensions.
Oh, that's just vector. Vector's a little different from ray tracing. They can get confused once in a while. But yeah, like vector is tracing a line though, so technically, yeah. I won't argue that. It'd be too nerdy for me. Even me, I'd be like, you really gotta split hairs like that, dude? Yeah, that's what made the lighting in Doom so revolutionary. They were able to take advantage of the ability to draw vectors so quickly and actually like line out what you're gonna see and where you're gonna see it. And to an extent, any gun that's like a hit scan weapon is ray tracing it. You know, it's drawing one line from another place in a 3D-like environment. But for the purposes of modern tech, ray tracing generally just means lighting, like real-time lighting. It can be used for other things. It doesn't have to always be lighting. I remember somebody told me the sniper rifle in Halo 3 uses ray tracing technology. I'm like, I gotta shut up about that though. It's like, yeah, well, technically. Get out of here.
Well, hello there, Dan.
How you doing, Dan?
Doing good. Not really seeing. I'm watching the video. Not really seeing any ray tracing, but this game looked like it was ray tracing at the beginning to me. But looks pretty good though.
Yeah, you mainly see it in the lighting, although of course you could get this done in volumetric if you put a lot of manpower into it. A bit much for an indie studio. Where you really see it is in reflections. Once you hit anything aquatic or polished, you get to see those real-time reflections, and those are nice.
I heard you talking a lot of tech, and I know you don't like talking that often, but the 3090 and the 3080 new cards coming out where NVIDIA and AMD are doubling down on ray tracing is really cool.
Good.
30% 30% better than a 2080 Ti off the 3080s. 10
Yeah,
gigs
it's about
DDR6.
how much it needed to like do higher resolutions or like full scale. Because you're not going to see ray tracing done too often in an open world game with the 2080 Ti right now. It's just not, it's almost there, but not quite. Something like Dead Space or Doom Ray Trace. Something like Dead Space or Doom Ray Trace. That's more feasible, but like a Grand Theft Auto or something like that, it would just run like dog shit. It'd be much you'd use it for. Or the FO or the LOD for it, the level of detail over a distance, would be so low that just everything around you would be reflecting it, just have this weird creep on it.
And with the new NVIDIA cards coming out, the first party ones have a whole new 12 pin connector. So you have to get a whole new connector for your GPU. Which I hope they sell with the GPU, because people are just scalpers are going to buy the hell out of that first.
Yeah, well, the deal is, and it was the same with this graphics card, is that you'll get the graphics card and be like, oh, fuck, I need a new motherboard for this. And then the motherboard will be like,
yeah,
well, there's a gigabyte motherboard you can get. It's like, well, I really don't want a gigabyte motherboard. Those kind of suck. It's like, well, too bad.
You have Intel not doing PCI 4.0 on the Z490 boards. With Comet Lake, they're going to have to potentially put on Rocket Lake, which means everyone who just bought a i9-10000K and lower on the Z490 board is going to have to upgrade again to a PCI 4.0 board. Because NVIDIA might, I think, is going to PCI 4.0 on their connectors.
Well, you can still use a card. It would just hit a bottleneck is all. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Thankfully, PCI is backwards compatible, but, you know, still less bandwidth.
Yeah, there's a limit in which I would prefer to buy the best, and if I'm being bottleneck, I'm going to be upset that I just wasted money on this, so I'm going to buy the new thing again, which is exactly what NVIDIA Intel
big rule of thumb,
wants.
do not upgrade your CPU and RAM between graphics card generation. Just when the new graphics cards come out, either go with the, you know, core upgrades for your system or go for the graphics card. Pick one or the other. Or if you're rich and doing well, or if you just had to save your money appropriately and responsibly, do both.
Yeah,
but if you upgrade all, it's like, hey, I got a 2080, I better go ahead and get the new i10 CPU now that it's fresh. Man, you're gonna get fucked once that new graphics card comes out almost every single time. It's not even a new thing.
I like to do a full upgrade every 4 to 5 years.
That's
Just
about
100%.
a good idea. I mean, you could get by with less, but
yeah. And the motherboard manufacturers were very upset with Intel about Comet Lake potentially not supporting PCI 4.0, because Intel has not said anything about that, but the motherboard manufacturers have come out and said the board hopefully will support PCI 4.0. It's built to, I think.
Well, Intel doesn't really like NVIDIA. They don't like the idea of graphics cards to begin with. They'd rather PCI ports just be for networking and, you know, that kind of stuff. That's the whole integrated deal. They didn't want anybody to be like, well, if I'm buying an Intel, I gotta get an NVIDIA. They'd rather just sell you the graphics card. In fact, they make graphics cards. They're awful.
Yeah, they make discrete GPUs that are like, don't even ray trace. I think they're like, oh god, it's been a long time since I looked up all the specs, so I don't remember. But they're basically, they came out like the 2000 series, and they were running it at the 1000 series style. Just power, just awful. 4-year-old processors for 2020 tech.
Yeah, that's good old Intel for you. And that's why, though I don't like AMD products, I'm always rooting for them. In the back of my mind, I'm like, do it. Fucking stick it to the man, AMD, do it. And then they're like, okay, we'll kinda stick it to him, I guess.
Or release a really good, a theoretically good workstation CPU, but not release any first-party coolers that can actually cool it properly without thermally throttling after hours of
So we
workload.
added a 1.5 gigs to your video card memory. It can't use it, but it makes the number look fun and shiny.
11 gigs of GDR5 RAM, 5X RAM. I have never run into a game that uses more than 8. I like having this. I like having the 3X. Sorry.
It's fine. I've personally never had an AMD processor that has lasted more than about 3 months.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, they're cheap and affordable, and that's the problem. I don't want cheap and affordable for something that I want to use for more than 2 years. It's like, why would I buy a $5,000 used car when I can buy a $30,000 car?
Well, I got one good use. The computer I'm streaming on is using a Ryzen 7 and a GTX 1080, right? And that's just about all I need for streaming this video. I could upgrade it a bit more and record in 4K more reliably, I guess. But, I don't know, man. Until there's like another bigger leap, which is probably the newer Intel's coming out more than anything. There's no reason. So for the purpose of like a cheap computer to pump out video, it's all right. 'Cause, you know, if you just want to meet that 8-core, 4 gigahertz, you know, baseline, then it's a cheaper option than the Intels for just raw video chunking. But if you're gonna do something like Adobe Premiere or do like some editing in a software suite that's a little bit more finely tuned and not just, you know, brute force, then yeah, you're gonna get better results out of an Intel for sure. Hadn't had the Intel or the AMD stuff fry out on me, but I can totally believe I can totally believe that AMD processors rather have blown out quite a bit.
In specific situations like CPU intensive processes like rendering a video and I think compressing and uncompressing a video or a file, like Threadrippers are apparently very good at that, but the problem with Threadrippers is that there are no good air coolers for them specifically built for them. They all run universal ones, so like they never cover the full hot plate on a Threadripper because they have that really big socket.
Yeah, I didn't buy into the Threadrippers actually. I saw the Ryzen, I'm like, there's a good value. Then it's like, hey look, it's like the Ryzen but more expensive. I'm like, well that ruins it. I bought the Ryzen because it's cheap.
Yeah. Plus all
then
the
again, I don't know anybody who needs like the actual like Xenon level CPU. They're not using it for anything.
Well, who's using 32, 64 threads?
I am.
Well,
Who's using 18 core, 16 thread?
They think it'll make their games run faster, and I guess in some cases, like I suppose, I suppose for high resolution frame rates and all that, yeah, maybe, debatably. But there's going to be so few games that actually use it.
So I am running more than what most people are just because I'm typically running a virtualized server at the same time as running whatever the fuck else I'm doing.
Yeah, I still feel like those are processes better left to multiple computers. But I mean, you can. It's not bad. It's just you run into certain other limits like pause buffer and just, you know, eventually the whole system's like, I gotta put you on hold, whatever the fuck else you're doing, because the server needs this or this needs this. And
for me, it's just particularly cheaper to run both on the same computer because typically I'm not running the server side of things at the same time as which I'm playing video game.
Yeah, definitely a lot of good special use cases for that. Got flying power, I ain't wasting it.
God. Oh, yeah.
Yep. All right. I ascended all that I needed.
It's partially the fact of just being military, so it's kind of fun to have a home server while I'm out deployed or anything, so that I can real quick connect back to that and pull my home video library or whatever.
Yeah, I've been looking into getting a FreeNAS system set up just to hold all my like pictures that I've gathered. I collect movies, so like I could just store them on my hard drive. And just have that ready to go whenever I don't need to walk downstairs, grab the fucking DVD or Blu-ray out, put it in a Blu-ray player, hope that it reads. No, it's already all downloaded. Easy as that.
Like my home computer is probably about 14 terabytes, and I'm looking to possibly get more.
Yeah. I want to get some of those WD golds. Those are really cool. 512 megabit cache, 14 terabytes, 720 RPMs.
I want to get some, regular old platter drives to archive stuff on since they last so much longer than the flash-based medium. Although, the issue with those is it'll be so slow, you're not going to be watching any 4K shit on it.
I have a bit of a generation older. I've got the 8TB with 256 gig cache.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
I got a couple of external drives I use just for archival. I mean, 50 megabits per second ain't bad, but it's all flash memory, right? So, God knows one day it'll just fucking decide, nah, I'm done, and then it'll all be gone.
I'm afraid of the day when my SSDs just like one day just stop working.
Yeah, it'll be longer than we think, but then again, I don't know, sometimes those kind of faults creep in really fast.
I was watching this YouTuber Louis Rossman, who he bought a bunch of Samsung Nvidia 1TB in NVMe 1TB hard drives, and they just would he just kept sending them back because they kept dying because of how often he constantly uses them.
I don't have that issue with mine, but then again, they tell you don't put video games on those, but I mean, I haven't had an issue with those, God, I forget what it's called. The one that looks like a tiny candy bar.
NVMe.
Yeah, NVMe, yeah, sure, like 3 gigabit per second transfer rates. Those are good. If you're constantly, ripping video on and off of them, sure. I wouldn't use it to host data on a server either. Those are more meant to store your operating system on so the computer boots up quickly and can perform tasks more quickly. And if you put a video game on it, it runs a little bit better too. Probably won't run one of those out doing that, but if you're going to do something like, render 4K video in Adobe Premiere, then you're going to start running into some diminishing returns on that, or you're going to need a 10 stack. But if you're rendering a bunch of 4K video and shit, you should probably be making money from it, maybe. I don't know. Enough to validate the purchase to begin with. That's what I do on streams anyways. It's hey, I do got my $500 monitor, but I stream, so hey, pays. I don't know. Then
I
again,
personally diversify what I've got for memory in order to actually extend the life of each one. I use specific ones for specific types of media. I've got my NVMe, which only runs my OS. I've got my SSD, which runs my long-term storage, which is more like pictures and shit. And then I've got my HDD, which runs my games and whatnot, which is commonly accessed.
Yeah, it's always case per case. But that's what I like about computers and especially Windows PCs, custom built and all that, is that you can do it your way. What one person needs for video editing isn't what you need for gaming, or isn't what somebody needs for hosting a server. So there really is no perfect build. All you can do is avoid bottlenecks and buy stuff that's gonna last. At least that's what I feel. Of course, it is nice to have a little glow-in-the-dark keyboard or some little extra.
Yeah.
And for me, that's ray tracing. It's yeah, ray tracing! Reflections, real time!
Oh, I didn't even... Did I tell you? Nah. I don't remember if I talked about the 3090, the high-end GPU that NVIDIA is putting out, along with the flagship 30,000 series, 24 gigs of VRAM.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of that memory is there for redundancies and all that. If you fill out the entire stack, this game uses 24 gigs of memory, right? That's good, but if it's using 24 gigs of memory, it's probably gonna fucking crash if it's actually maxed out your graphics card. So you actually do need a little bit of buffer, a little bit of leftover, so it can read and write at the same time and not have to constantly be, pulling data off of one piece of the RAM and then putting it onto another. It can actually have a little bit of space to move shit around. It can more useful.
I've got 64 gigs of RAM, so if something's taking up that plus my VRAM, which is at 11 gigs due to the variety of RAM variety of graphics card that I've got, it's taking too much RAM at that point, and what the fuck is it doing?
do
I've
a
also-
lot of things.
I've also never understood overclocking. I buy K processors and stuff because I like having the higher base clock and higher boost clock, but I've never understood this putting strain on my CPU all the time because I need that like 2% gain in frames.
Compatibility and longevity is worth more than a 10 to 13% boost, especially when it comes to something breaking. Like this game crashes in RTX mode when I save because it's kind of unstable. It's still in beta. You gotta like enter in a special code on Steam just to get it to work. But I go in understanding that, right? Now, if everything worked that way, and every ray trace game is like prone to crash and nothing worked right, well, I wouldn't do it. I'd be like, well, it's not ready yet.
To my knowledge, overclocking is only there for once your hardware actually starts falling behind, and that gives it the slight boost while shortening its lifespan in order to keep it up with what is physically superior to.
The only thing I would do overclocking for is if I wanted to play a game at 4K 60 and I just couldn't quite get it going right. Then I'd be like, oh, okay, well, let's just overclock it. And it's like, there we go, just the extra power I needed. But I've never ran into that case yet. It's never been to that for me. I guess there are a few games like Dying Light where I'm like, I wish it could run faster, but that's more of an engine issue. Not everything can be fixed with processing power.
Yeah. It's always limited to my software. Never. Most of the time it's software. I always like the Frostbite games, but they don't do character models good. I like the destructibility of a Frostbite game, but I've never liked the design.
I just play EDF on the Sandlot engine or whatever it is.
Yeah, Sandlot.
I like how on the console they don't give a shit about frame rate, then you port it to PC. It's like, oh man, it's so smooth. Who the hell
like
are
how
you with the
Cry-
big funny face?
Or like how CryEngine is CPU locked, so then it doesn't matter what the fuck you're running on graphics card. It's all based off what your CPU is.
Yeah, fucking Star Citizen kicks everyone's ass at the start, and I love it.
I would like it if more games would use CPU power, but I get why they don't. You just get better returns off the graphics card.
I started like splitting my my work process between two computers. Like Discord's on one computer, gaming's on one, the other one, and I have a better experience gaming now, I guess, because now I don't have to constantly alt tab to do stuff. It's nice.
Oh yeah, multi-monitor, always a good thing. Even if you don't have a lot of room for it, they make these really nice, like, tiny monitors. Asus does. They run off USB-C, they're low profile, they don't require you to plug into any power outlet, because it's all through the USB-C, right? So I saw some people go, why would you want a fucking USB-C monitor? It takes up a slot. I'm like, dude, it doesn't charge. I mean, you don't have to, like, have another wall outlet. You can just use the one computer and one outlet. You're good to go.
Yeah, 25 millisecond delay, OLED, or like really good color. I don't remember. I was watching like $139 for a 1080p pocket-sized monitor. It's awesome. They go on sale a lot anyway.
If your issue is like size and space, that would be like one of the better things you could possibly get, just for the sheer fact that you don't have to worry so much about power outlets. Because I know I'm always looking for one. I don't have my Switch powered up right now because I don't have the outlet, right?
I don't know. I've never personally run into issues just because I use an UPS. Just because I'm just like, I'm not worrying about my computer running out of power if my fucking barracks room runs out of power. That's kind of a common. It's a common issue with where I live, where shit will be like, you'll be running at 110 amperage, and then the power lines will just drop to like fucking 50, and you're just fucked at that point.
Yeah, I have an uninterruptible power supply as well. But the deal is, even then, I don't really want to plug in a bunch of shit anyways because it takes up electricity, you know what I mean? My power bill was almost nothing until I plugged in my computers. My computer's like really taking a lot of juice. So anything that can just like keep it all on one machine, I feels like is a good idea. But monitors also pull in a lot of power. I don't know. I could go over that. But main issue is you don't want to put too much on one outlet, so it could ease up the tension a bit for you.
That's one of the great things for my situation is that I don't actually pay for my own power, so I don't have to worry about the cost of that.
Well, you will eventually, but yeah, right now you don't.
Yeah, that's an issue for somewhere in the next 3 years. Not an issue for right now.
Yep.
That's convenient. And that's why all these different computer configurations are good. Everybody can do what's best for them or whatever the situation is. Yeah, shut the fuck up. Big scary faces just got knocked out into the fucking upper atmosphere. I love it.
One of the interesting things is the difference in how Intel and Ryzen AMD run their difference in series and how they restrict it to what the socket is for the specific processor. With what I built with Intel, I can upgrade through Xenon processors, but with what I was looking at AMD at the time, it was severely limited in what they allowed for what was going on in the future in regards to their process.
It's a weird thing that's anti-consumer but also pro-competition, which is pro-consumer, and it always boggles my mind because on one end I'm like, yeah, why don't we have a unified socket for CPUs like we do with PCI? And they're like, well, hubba-dubba-dubba-dub. I'm like, yeah, I guess manufacturing processors is intensive, and to be able to take shortcuts like not applying to a universal form is something, but really it's just so that they can get you to buy a new motherboard and be like, well, you're not an Intel person, you're an AMD person. You're not an AMD person, you're an Intel person. That kind of sucks, but I also understand that somewhat necessary. They got to make a profit.
So they can be greedy and request more of your money.
Yeah, but also it prevents like some kind of monopoly. Let's say that AMD starts to really get their shit rocked by Intel, right? It could be deserved, yeah, but on the same end, if AMD goes down, then Intel can fuck everybody way harder than we could ever possibly imagine. So it's one of those deals with the devil, I guess. It's like, do you want competition? Yes. Well, it's going to cost you. It's like, God damn it. Of course it will. Well, you could argue the same thing about current consoles. What is the Nintendo Switch but fucking Nvidia Shield with different games on it? But we like one more than the other because it's got the Super Mario Man on it. everybody made fun of the shield. Ooh, I didn't really like it that much either, but it's like, Nvidia shield, pathetic. And now look at everybody. They're like, oh my god, I need a Switch. It's like, it's the same fucking thing. It's a goddamn thing. Just about. One's tearing. Ooh, whoop-de-fucking-do. Wow. Says the guy who likes ray tracings. I like what it does to lighting, though. I like the, because you see it in real life all the time. You see an object, say next to some, a white piece of wall or something, or a piece of paper. And you see the light coming off the object like a reflection, kinda. It's something that happens. Man, I shouldn't have shot the BFG. Oh well. Shit. Worst thing you can do when helping somebody out with technology, though, is to just tell them what you like rather than what they need. I ran that so much. Like, yeah, I know that you want 4K 60, but this is better. Or like, I know that you want 244 hertz, but what you really want is Adobe RGB. Or they don't understand your preference. It's like, but you're doing 244 hertz? That ruins the color? Like, well, yeah, no shit. We know that. Like, well, as long as you're okay with having bland-looking games. Just, oh. No different than those people like, yeah, you like Sega? Nintendo's better.
I got a 165 hertz, 1 millisecond MPRT, and 125% sRGB, 99 or 93% DCI-P-3 monitor right now. Pretty fucking good. I love it.
Good.
200. It was 319, 259 for the 1080. This is a 2K one. Gigabyte just released these this year. They released them in June. Brand new. No one. I don't know why no one's buying them. The things are so fucking good. Gotta love it. G-Sync compatible and FreeSync. So, 319.
I think I'm just stuck in the 4K thing. I like it.
I got a 4K monitor. Really fucking good. Samsung. 60 hertz, 1 millisecond. 125% sRGB. Monitor stand broke and it scratched the monitor. I have 2 scratches of just white, the size of my pinky finger. Like, just tip my pinky finger and 2 spots on my monitor, and Samsung won't cover it because they don't have monitor warranties.
Oh yeah, I usually don't recommend too hard against certain companies, but Samsung's one of them. Usually there's always some kind of caveat with their monitors. They used to be a lot better, but now they kind of, everything they sell has some kind of design flaw that almost seems intentional to get you to go buy the next one. It
had a really good 3.5 pass through too. Oh, and the Gigabyte one I was talking about, the 165, also is 3.5 pass through. 2 display ports and 1 HDMI. HDMI 2.0, DisplayPort 1.2.
I myself can never see a difference between 1080 and 4K. So I just use 1080 with 244 hertz refresh.
Yep.
24-inch monitors.
That's pretty good.
I've never had an issue with them. I got them for about 300 per for the people I've got. They're Alienware, and they're a bit older. Well, I got them on sale because they're quite a bit old.
Yeah. I always like 1 mil. My number one thing in the monitors is response time. I always like 1 millisecond.
Yeah, you never react in a millisecond, but
I hate ghosting.
Yeah.
If I'm watching a recording myself and I see like slight like a little bit ghosting, I go, is my monitor messed up? Oh, today my monitors. For some reason, I launched one game, and both monitors were like trying to. The Gigabyte was trying to go to HDR, so it was split between green and red and blue really quickly. It was really gross. I've never seen a monitor like try to excuse me. It's not built to do that hard. I like it. I like.
Oh, that's the downside with this Dell that I got. Like it's 4K, 99% Adobe RGB. Like I think like 5 milliseconds delay. Not bad.
Yeah.
But if you try to put certain resolutions into it, if it's not like 1080 60 on the mark or 1440 60 on the mark, the monitor's like, nah, I don't like it. So I gotta run a lot of things in forced borderless full screen, which is fine. I can make that work. But it's just kind of frustrating when you're like, man, I just want to run the game. It's like, well, this game runs at 1080p, 59.99 frames per second. The monitor's like, no, 60 or nothing, motherfucker.
My monitors claim a 1 millisecond respawn time, which honestly, I would never be able to tell if it was actually true or if they were a little bit short.
Oh, I gotta see there's this website that tests response time. I don't remember. Just look up MPRT versus GD gray to gray. Movie picture response time versus gray to gray. It takes how long. Gray to gray is how long it takes a pixel to go from white, black to white. And how fast it takes, and then movie picture response time how long. I don't remember actually what MPRT means, but I have a gray to gray 1 millisecond and MPRT 1 millisecond, but in real time, gray to gray gigabytes 4 millisecond and MPRT is 2 millisecond on Asus and it's gigabytes. So I get to see both, like what 1 millisecond actually looks like in real time. If you want,
and if you really want to go nuts, if you want an actual like perfect color monitor, you can get a 19-inch from Sony for $30,000.
Yeah. You can also get an Asus. Oh man, the Asus Pro Art, $4,099 for true to life colors over fucking HDMI 2.0.
I'm all for colors. I like rich, vibrant colors. That's like part of the ray trace thing, right? When the colors are popping and you see light bouncing and shit. Oh man, it looks great. But I am not spending $10,000 on a fucking computer monitor.
The monitors I'm using are down to about 256, so they've lost about 100 since I bought them.
Yeah, you can get good monitors on the cheap these days, but like the pristine, like, you know, not a single color off monitors, man. Apple was pushing one, and it wasn't even that all that good. You could get like 99% Adobe RGB monitors that were competitive with the $10,000 Pro Studio Macintosh Retina display. Then you go look for the real one. It's like, oh, it's this like Sony that you can't find on sale anywhere, and it's $30,000. But that's the one that you want to get if you really need real colors. Oh, and enjoy that, you know, 80 millisecond delay on it too, as habit.
And
you're not getting 1 millisecond refresh rate on a true color monitor.
Asus Pro Art display. Don't care about this. 4K HDR mini LED monitor. 99% DCI P3. 99.5% Adobe RGB. Not sRGB, RGB. Delta E -1 10-bit IPS Thunderbolt 3. Kalman ready Dolby Vision 1200 nits with X-Rite calibrator built into it. What the fuck does that all mean? That's its title. That's its fucking title.
That
for $5,000.
Those are for
Jesus
graphic
Christ.
illustrators that need to have their colors on right, or they'll lose their job, right? Like, unless the color you're displaying there is perfectly right, by the time it makes it to our silk screening machines and printers, it'll look like a completely different shade.
That's called marketing. We fill it with bullshit technicality remarks that mean absolutely nothing.
Oh no, you need that if you're doing marketing. That's the
what
deal.
The fuck you know.
Like, you gotta have that. Like, if you don't have like good colors by the time it makes itself to like a billboard or something, even a regular person who doesn't know anything about this color stuff is gonna go, hey, that looks off, and nobody wants that. That's why that shit's so expensive, and it's only for a specialty. It's nice for games though, but much more important for graphic design, to where if you fuck up the colors at all, your job is done for. But I'm talking like movies, like the $30,000 Sony monitor. That's for if you're trying to master your 4K Blu-ray to be, you know, put to market, right? And you're fucking with light values. Not that it matters all that much. You watch something like The Matrix and everything gets a shitty blue-green hue to it anyways. Hate that shit.
Trying to get true color on anything that isn't IPS or VA. TN can't do true color anymore. Too washed out.
Yeah, and I don't like it. I don't like the colors being washed out. Maybe I'm
Or
just a
your
little
color-
pansy when it comes to that.
Or you're colorblind in the first place, so you're fucking with the color values anyways on the monitor.
Yeah, like if color
Yeah.
didn't matter to me, I'd be like, fuck it, frame rate and screw everything else. But man, vibrancy does count a lot. I remember like using S video ports and stuff like that and being like, whoa, look, I can see all the colors instead of just most of them. Then again, when you like, you know, do things as a hobby and you got the opportunity. Oh damn, I beat that level. It's hard not to want
Nice.
to go all the way.
Beat the level without even trying. Nice.
Nah, I was trying, but it's on medium. I wasn't
Oh.
This game's a lot bigger than I remember.
Yeah, I think it's like 4 or 5 worlds.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
sometimes
again,
I'm
like
still
the
working
ray
in.
tracing is great because not every area has the same kind of color gamut that you'd usually get. Like, I guess if you were just looking at it regularly, you go like, oh yeah, same temple level you've been in. Nah, it's got a hue of red. Not just because of the clay on the ground.
Red.
That's because there's red shit. And near the blue shit, it's blue. And it's not because of an illumination or anything. It's because the light is actually being represented correctly. And that's how real life works. I like it.
And depending on some of the shit I'm working with, sometimes I'm working in MS-DOS still. And that's fun.
I want to ray trace my MS-DOS text commands.
Quake ray tracing, I didn't like that much.
Yeah, Quake 2 ray tracing was a bad. They should have done Quake 1. Quake 1 would have benefited more from it. Also, Quake 1 had better level design. Quake 2 level design's kind of Love without it. Well, this is good. Damn, I've been at it for a while, huh? So, main thing I did tonight was to make sure that my mouse works. And it does. That's a huge relief. Last thing I want to do is to be like, you know, hey, dude, let's do fucking Dead by Daylight, but my mouse will drop out for like 2-3 seconds at completely random intervals. That drove me insane. I was really hating the game. I thought it was the game's fault. But, you know, anytime that there's a mouse issue, you really can't have anybody diagnose it for yourself. And it wasn't the mouse. I got all these mice here, different machines. It's this weird issue, and it probably has something to do with me trying to get Condemned 1 to work with all my computers. So there you go. That's probably the biggest
That's
downside.
the culprit.
Yeah. It's just like you want to use an Xbox controller on Condemned 1. Well, fuck you. You want it to run well? Well, fuck you. Install this, disable your HID devices, go through this. You want Fear to run? Yeah, you got to disable this and enable this, go in the registry, fuck with this. And then when I just refreshed all of Windows, it's like, boom, works again. So it had to be me fixing games, like run this fix, now run this fix. And then after you run all the fixes, next thing you know, all of your normal shit doesn't work anymore. It's frustrating. And that's what leads me to going back to consoles once in a while. It's like, fuck it, if I want to play the old game, I don't care. If it doesn't run out of the box, I'm just gonna go get it on the Xbox, because fuck this, you know, Mr. Risky's mouse look fix. Want to get rid of mouse acceleration? Just do this. You're gonna have to alter some registry files, though. Then next thing you know, a new game comes out and nothing works. And you're like, damn, what happened? Oh yeah, I used Risky's fix 3.5 years ago. And I guess this game doesn't like it because, you know, why should it have to care about the compatibility of some game that a publisher doesn't care to fix up to begin with? Ah, shit. Just got to remember that from now on. Anytime I do some kind of big, like not command line edit, I'm sorry, any kind of big edit to a game to make sure it works, just do it, then play it, then fucking format Windows, just reset everything. Just so this shit doesn't happen again. It'll drive you crazy trying to fix a mouse issue. So much you could be wrong. You'll be drowning in computer mice. You'll be like, well, I better buy a new mouse, even though you don't need a new mouse. And the next thing you know, you're like $30 short on getting that new graphics card because you had to buy another fucking mouse or some shit. It's nice when things work. I'll settle for that. All this talk of ray tracing and high frame rates, fuck it. Make video game go. Zip pow. A zoom. That's all I need is functioning hardware. So again, I see why people stick to consoles, because that's kind of the promise, isn't it? Or at least you know what you're gonna get out of the box, which Intel, Nvidia, and AMD have a really hard time expressing. Like, well, you get gigaflops. You got teraflops, dude. Teraflops.
Yeah.
You know what a teraflop is?
Yeah. That's what that guy in
my dick makes when I slap it on the table.
Oh. Why is it called Terra?
Because it's of Earth.
Damn, that's pretty
Fucking
nice.
idiot. You think I didn't know what Terra actually means?
Terra Nova! We live in Terra Nova!
Fucking.
What's the name of our sun?
Oh, Soul.
Yeah! I love it! No one knows the name of our sun! What's the name of the moon?
Luna.
Thank you. No one ever... I hate Pokemon Sun and Moon because they're not called Sol and Luna.
That would have been better, but... Dan, come on. People don't...
I know! No one would get it, but I would!
Although Soul and Luna does sound cooler. They probably think that's the name of the Pokemon. I guess it could be.
Solgaleo? Lunastra? Yes! That's their name! It would have worked! Nintendo, you idiot! You could have taken the time to teach kids the fucking galaxy! What our star system, anything! But you went with Sun and Moon!
Our client base is retarded and we don't respect them. They need squids and they need baby words.
Solgaleo Lunastra.
More like Super Nerd Brother over here. I can't swim with the waterfall.
In every Pokemon game, the main characters, their in-game name tends to be what their
Check it out, I'm a fucking torpedo.
Fuck yeah! Let's go, brr.
Surely I can use this to fly out of the water, though, huh?
Do it!
Damn it. Nope, I couldn't. I bet you can, I just didn't have the right timing.
Why isn't that a feature? A medieval devs. Blood. Have you guys need blood?
It probably is, but I also guarantee you it makes the game too. I don't know. Hell. I probably did it wrong.
Secret area.
This looks better with ray tracing. God, I suck at getting out of the water.
This game looks really rad. Like, I remember seeing it back in its beta on the YouTube channel. Like, what the fuck is this game? Looks like acid. It's awesome.
It has this really weird quality to where some of it looks really old, but then some of the other stuff looks like modern day. Like just this room, sure it's all dark and stuff, but like especially with ray tracing, the global illumination, the water reflection up there and how it works with the transparencies off this, the shadowing, being real shadows, the highlight on the texture to make the blocks glow in the dark to where it offsets the dark room. Like, it's masterfully lit. It looks really nice. And I'm looking forward to seeing more development on the RTX. And it's not even done with the RTX. They're just putting this in for free, too. Well, maybe not for free. I don't know. I paid for the game, but still. It's pretty.
$1.99 for the RTX edition.
Oh, okay. Well, then I did pay for it. But happily. More ray tracing. If nobody else but me can see it, all the better. It's more ray tracing for Hellbent. Everybody else can just fiddle around with their rasterized fucking mess.
Enjoy your pre-rendered shadows, plebeians.
Enjoy your Q maps, idiot. Such a lame thing to say. You don't even use fucking real lighting. Your lighting's fake. I have real lights.
Once you see real life lighting in 4K,
you never go back. Only people.
You never go back.
Yeah. Only people who have seen this kind of lighting can understand how good it is. And if you haven't seen it, then your opinion doesn't matter.
fool. Absolute fool. You don't understand what gaming's like until you go 60 higher.
The only thing that makes me angry is explaining to people who I know have good eyesight, like, yes, no, 4K does look sharper, and yes, 144 frames per second does look better, and all these things are better. Like, I don't know. I think it's all a scam. If it were a scam, okay, if it were a scam, it would work, I guess, but I'm not lying. I'm not like, oh, well, 4K looks really sharp. As a lie, it's like, well, I just believe it because it's written down. No, like 1080p with good anti-aliasing can look really good. 4K with anti-aliasing looks great. Even that Samurai Jack game, it's meant to run low end, right? But I run it at 4K and super sampled up 120% on the screen resolution. And, you know, all the regular anti-aliasing features. It looks fucking sharp. Like one of the sharpest things I've ever seen. And it runs in a good frame rate. Nice.
I like 4K because it's bigger.
It's a bigger number. Make me feel strong.
Yeah. I like 25% bigger than my 2K monitor. I'm so used to being 25% bigger than 1080p that when I bring something to 4K and I see like I have more space in my monitor to move stuff around, I can potentially like turn it into portrait and have a lot more space to scroll up and down on it. It's a convenience thing. I can't see it sharper, but I have terrible eyesight.
I'm fucking dead. And you know what? It has been 3 hours or so. I'm going to wrap it up, but I really do appreciate everybody dropping by today. Push today. I gotta go. So thank you. Dan and Skulljack is gone. Oh, he dropped out. He's got to take a call. All right, well, he's going to come back to us not being here.
No, hang on. That was Grim Chaos.
Yeah.
That's someone else.
Again.
Yes.
Ah, well. I guess here Grim, and I think of Skulls because I played so much fucking Twisted Metal. I'm like, yeah, Grim, Skull, whatever. It's a very Xbox name. What can I say? All right. Thank you, Grim Chaos. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Sharpie. Thank you all in chat for watching. Sorry I didn't chat too much after a point, but what can I say? I was taken in by the colors lighting, but I gotta go. Thank you for watching. Thank you for chatting, and thank you for the tips, Grim Chaos and Uriel 30. Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you for the Today Show. Goodbye.